The day God sent his messengers to the earth, everything was still pure. Humans were growing, learning, living in peace. But something went wrong. The ones who were sent to guide began to desire what they were never meant to touch. They saw the beauty of women, and instead of leading, they fell. They came down, took human form, and what followed changed the world forever. Children were born, but they were not like us. They grew into giants, massive, powerful, unstoppable. At first, people admired them, but it didn't last. Their strength turned into control. Their presence turned into fear. They began to rule, to destroy, to take whatever they wanted. Violence spread everywhere. The earth became dark. And God saw it. He saw the corruption. He saw the pain. He saw how far things had gone. So he acted. The giants that once stood above everyone began to fall, not by human strength, but by judgment. The sky opened, the earth answered, and everything they built was wiped away. Now listen and follow this carefully, because this is not just a story. It is a warning hidden inside the earliest days of the earth, a story of power, desire, corruption, and judgment. In the beginning, when the earth was still pure and humanity had just begun to spread, God did not leave the world without guidance. He sent his messengers, beings of light, powerful, disciplined, and full of wisdom. They were not sent to live like humans. They were sent to guide, to observe, to keep order, and to remind mankind of the right path. They moved among humans carefully, revealing truth, correcting wrong, and delivering what was meant to help humanity grow in righteousness. But humans did not always receive them with honor. Some feared them, some rejected them, some even attacked them. Because when truth comes, not everyone accepts it. And in the middle of this tension, something began to change. These messengers, who were meant to remain separate, began to see more than they were supposed to see. They saw human life up close, the emotions, the freedom, the physical world, the beauty of women. And slowly, what started as observation became attraction. What began as attraction became desire. And desire, when not controlled, became disobedience. They forgot their purpose. They forgot their position. They stepped out of alignment. Instead of guiding humans, they began to follow human ways. Instead of correcting sin, they entered into sin. They were no longer acting as messengers. They became rebels. They took human form fully, lived among people, and the women were drawn to them. These beings carried an unnatural presence, strong, confident, different from ordinary men, and the women responded to that presence. Relationships formed, boundaries broke, and what should never have happened, happened. Children were born. But these were not ordinary children. From the moment they began to grow, it was clear something was different. Their size, their strength, their presence, everything about them was beyond human. They grew into giants, massive beings who walked the earth with power that no human could match. At first, people admired them. They looked like heroes. They looked like protectors. They looked like something greater than man. But power without discipline always reveals its true nature. These giants did not remain good. They began to dominate, to control, to take what they wanted. Their strength turned into oppression. Their presence turned into fear. They did not respect life. They crushed it. They did not protect humans. They ruled over them. The earth began to change. Violence increased everywhere. Communities broke apart. Fear replaced peace. Humans began to copy what they saw. Sin spread faster than ever before. The very messengers that were sent to guide had now become the reason for destruction, and the giants they produced became the symbol of that corruption. The earth was no longer balanced. It was no longer safe. It was no longer what God created it to be. And God saw everything. He saw the broken order. He saw the pain of humans. He saw how far things had gone, and he made a decision. Not out of anger alone, but out of justice. Because when something becomes completely corrupted, it cannot continue. First, those messengers who abandoned their purpose were removed. Their freedom ended. They were stopped, restrained, and taken out of the world they had polluted. They would no longer walk among humans, no longer influence the earth the way they had. But the giants were still here, and their destruction was necessary, because their existence itself was part of the corruption. So judgment came upon the earth. Not a small punishment, not a warning, a complete reset. The rain began, heavy, unstoppable. The waters rose, slowly at first, then rapidly. The giants tried to stand against it. They had strength, but this was beyond strength. They had size, but this was beyond size. They could not fight what was coming. One by one, they fell. Their power could not save them. Their dominance meant nothing. The same earth they controlled was taken from them. The same world they ruled rejected them, and they were wiped out completely. The violence ended, the oppression stopped, the earth was washed clean, and humanity was given another chance. But the story does not end there, because the effect of what happened remained. Humans had seen power without discipline. They had experienced corruption. They had lived through fear, and the lesson stayed with them. This story is not just about giants. It is about what happens when purpose is abandoned, when those who are meant to guide become lost themselves, when desire replaces discipline, when power is used without control. Even the strongest can fall. Even the chosen can lose their way. But it also shows something else, that no matter how far things go, God restores order. He does not allow corruption to last forever. He does not ignore injustice. He corrects, he cleanses, he resets. So the question is not just about what happened back then. The question is now. In your own life, will you stay aligned with your purpose, or will you follow what destroys? Because the difference between greatness and downfall is not power, it is discipline. And those who understand this will stand, even when everything else falls.